Hi, I'm Nathan Tannenbaum with these stories from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. As President Barack Obama debated in Washington with congressional leaders about health care, Nevada lawmakers in Carson City talk amongst themselves about the state's nearly $900 million budget deficit. In the state Senate Thursday morning, Governor Jim Gibbons' budget director, Andrew Klinger, talked about overtime pay for state workers, including the Nevada Highway Patrol.
And we have a process for applying for exceptions to that policy, and that process goes through Director Teenhouse and goes through myself. And in the example that you used with the Nevada Highway Patrol, they have applied for those exceptions, and so they are allowed to work overtime in the same pay period that they do have a furlough.
The Thursday morning topic in the Assembly was the prison system.
There was a lot of concern from members of the committee about should Nevada State Prison be closed, should Casa Grande be closed, and what should we do about the proposed pay cuts to correctional officers.
As day 3 of the special session wore on, the Review-Journal team of Laura Myers, Ben Spillman, and Capitol Bureau Chief Ed Vogel keep it on top of other issues like the potential gamesmanship with the timing of expected gubernatorial vetoes and just how much longer the session's going to go. The ReviewJournal.com homepage latest news tab has updates as they come in with a complete wrap-up in Friday's printed online editions, and you can keep up to date on everything going on during the session by clicking on the special session button in the homepage's Hot Topics area. Now, speaking of Governor Gibbons, the Review-Journal's been keeping an eye on the public's reaction to his handling of the budget crisis, and you may be surprised at the results. Details ahead. Well, there was something going on outside entertainer Wayne Newton's Casa de Shenandoah estate at Pecos and Sunset, not far from McCarran Airport Thursday morning, but just exactly what that something was remained unclear. We're told they were unmarked law enforcement cars and moving vans. Check the printed online editions of Friday's RJ as we find out more. Nearly 200 Las Vegas city workers could be out of jobs come the 1st of July. That according to notifications being sent out Thursday. Friday's RJ has more on Las Vegas City Manager Betsy Fretwell's response to ongoing local budget woes. Reporter Alan Choate's looking into indications that notifications could be a message to employee unions that are being pressed for wage and benefit concessions. Speaking of unions, the culinary unions reviving complaints about unfair labor practices against the station casinos. Dozens of culinary workers gathered to express themselves Thursday. The stories in print and online Friday. While the Review-Journal sports team's special section on the big NASCAR weekend was in your Thursday paper, Friday's RJ includes updates not only on the Thursday evening annual parade of race-related vehicles up the strip towards the Speedway, but a map you can really sink your eyes into when it comes to figuring the ins and outs of the crowded roadways all around the Speedway this weekend. But if racing's not necessarily your thing, the finally Friday edition of the weekly guide to other doing and dining got you covered, including a fascinating look at one of the Las Vegas Strip's enduring headliners, Frank Marino, whose Diva Las Vegas show is now officially opened at the Imperial Palace. Review-Journal entertainment writer Mike Weatherford's conversation with the famous female impersonator brings you up to date on, believe it or not, the year that's passed since La Cage was shut down at the Riviera. All right, let's talk more about NASCAR weekend weather. Looking at satellite photos of the storm system winding up for a West Coast arrival makes it pretty clear that something's coming. Now, whatever sunshine there is to get your Friday started, it's going to go into hiding behind an incoming wave of storm clouds. Chances for rain begin Friday night, with upwards of 1/3 of an inch of rain possible during the day Saturday, with the storms possibly sticking around Saturday night before moving on Sunday. High temps may slip back into the 50s briefly, while otherwise hanging into the 60s. Expect overnight lows to stay in the 40s. For breaking news 24/7, you're at the right spot, ReviewJournal.com.